Welcome to another episode, everyone. The orchestrated hit of rapper PnB Rock, who found his way to Los Angeles, California, went to a chicken and waffles with his baby mother. While in there, he was set up. Individuals came in, shot him to death, and took his jewelry off of him after they shot him, threatened to kill his baby mother. People were blaming the baby mother because she had posted an Instagram and had given out their location. But it wasn't her. It was something else involved the whole time. Check this out.
Breaking news, we're fired at a Rosco's Chicken and Waffles restaurant.
TMZ is reporting that rapper PnB Rock was hit and he was rushed to the hospital. Gil Davis is overhead in Sky 5.
Shock and anger from fans of rapper PnB Rock, who was yesterday.
LAPD got the call at 1:23 this afternoon of fired at the Rosco's Chicken and Waffles restaurant here.
Justice has to be served. It has to be served.
Good evening. Chief Michael Moore says the suspects were after the rapper's expensive jewelry here at this restaurant. And now there's an outpouring of love and support at this memorial for the Philly rapper.
On September 12, 2022, Philadelphia-born rapper Rakim Allen, aka PnB Rock, and his girlfriend Stephanie Saibon-Huan decided to go out for lunch together at Rosco Chicken and Waffles on West Manchester Avenue in Los Angeles. As the couple sat down to eat together, Stephanie made what she thought was an innocent social media post on Instagram. But as she looked through her phone, Stephanie didn't realize that this was the last meal she and her soulmate would share. In a matter of seconds, an armed gunman burst into the restaurant, shooting Rakim multiple times in the chest and back. PnB Rock was left to bleed out on the floor as the assailant fled the scene. His girlfriend survived uninjured. As news of Rock's passing began to spread, a tense debate raged across social media over who was to blame. Michelle Moore, the chief of the Los Angeles Police Department, mentioned that the target was his expensive jewelry, the property that he had on his person. We believe this senseless hit occurred following a posting on Instagram or social media. The posting of that may have led to these individuals learning where he was at and going there specifically intending to rob him, because he's known in the social media circles as frequently possessing very expensive jewelry and property of great value. This led some.
And that's not what happened, and it was wrong, really, for the police officer to come out and make that statement. This is what caused many individuals on the internet to blame the girlfriend, to blame the baby mother, because she had made that post. But as the narrator said, and this is a dose of mystery, shout out to them, as he said, they came in seconds after she made the post. So unless they were already right there in the area, I'm talking about on the same block, just happened to be on the same block and saw her Instagram post and just walked in, then that had nothing to do with it. And so the officer should have did more investigation before he put out that statement, because come to find out, it was a man in there. They later found out upon further investigation, and he saw PnB Rock come in with his girlfriend, with his baby mother, with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry on, which he was known to wear. And apparently he had pulled up either in a Maybach or Rolls Royce, and you should be able to drive whatever car you want to drive. It's your money, it's your car. You should be able to wear whatever jewelry you want to wear wherever you are at. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Some of these poor neighborhoods, you driving around in the Maybach and the Rolls Royce, and you can perhaps, of course, make yourself a target. These individuals become envious. This individual saw PnB Rock come in. It's all out now. They saw him come in, or he saw him come into the Chicken and Waffles and called his son. This individual who was already in there called his son, and then went and picked up his son. His son put on a ski mask and went in there and did what he did, allegedly. But it had nothing to do with the Instagram post. Nicki Minaj and others were blaming this girl.
Including Nicki Minaj, to put at least some of the blame on Rakim's passing on Stephanie for making the infamous Instagram post that included a location tag of where she and PnB Rock were eating that day. Nicki tweeted, "After Pop Smoke, there's no way we as rappers or our loved ones are still posting locations to our whereabouts to show waffles and some fried chicken. He was such a pleasure to work with. Condolences to his mom and family. This makes me feel so sick. Jesus." She went on to urge her fellow rappers to educate those in their inner circle about the damage of sharing their location on social media, especially considering that the hit of rapper Pop Smoke in 2020. Authorities believe that Pop Smoke was tracked by his assailant using social media. This led some to believe that PnB Rock, as well as his girlfriend Steph, were too careless when it came to posting. Kodak Black piled on to the pressure towards Stephanie as well, posting on his story that he had just spoken with Rock the night before, and that Steph might as well ended her own life. The sentiment was echoed by some angry fans. But others, like Cardi B, defended Rock's girlfriend from the criticism over her Instagram posts. "I highly doubt that people were looking at PnB's baby's mom IG," Cardi tweeted in response. "He was in a bad location and people stay outside plotting. It's very irresponsible and inconsiderate to blame her for something so tragic. We should be sending nothing but love to her and his family at this time." Kodak.
Right, because you're accusing her of this. She'd already lost her baby father, the individual who she believed that she was going to marry, her backbone, her provider, her protector, the man that she loves, gunned down in front of her. She was right there at the table with him. Obviously, she posted the stuff on Instagram. She's right there at the table with him. When they come in and gun him down right in front of her, she's sitting right there at the table. And then threatened to shoot her in the head. She's traumatized. She loves this man. And then people get on the internet blaming her without having the facts because she made an Instagram post. I perhaps would have drew the same conclusion without knowing the facts and without doing further investigative work and finding out that's not what happened. According to the police, they later found out exactly what happened.
Kodak later went on live and apologized for stirring up negativity towards Stephanie, saying that he had been fed false information that led to him to believe that she had been involved in Rock's hit.
I don't wish shit like that, so I give my apologies to her. Hope she keep her head up.
No matter who is to blame, one thing is clear. PnB Rock is mourned by many. PnB is remembered by fans who were drawn to his style of vulnerable and melodic rapping, as well as colleagues who mourn the loss of his potential. The day following his hit, local friends, loved ones, and fans put together a memorial outside of Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles where PnB Rock was shot, as well as various places throughout Philadelphia. Though the memorials have since been removed, their adoration and love for Rakim Allen live on. Atlantic Records made a memorial post on their Instagram for PnB Rock, saying that PnB Rock was more than an artist. To many, Rakim Allen was a great friend. He was also a wonderful father to two beautiful little girls. This news is heavy on our hearts, and we are all hurting over the senseless loss. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family during this difficult time. PnB Rock was signed to Atlantic Records back in August of 2015. Other fellow artists like Juicy J and Drake offered their condolences. PnB Rock's girlfriend Stephanie then made an Instagram post about his hit. "I am 100% not okay. If I wasn't spiritual, I could have ended my life. And then I'll go to hell and my man's not there. My man saved my life, throwing me under the table. I'm not supposed to be here, but because of him, I am. No one would be able to handle this. To be honest, I can't even handle this. To witness what I saw and to keep seeing it in my head, to being forced out of the restaurant, to not be able to go into the ambulance or the hospital, car keys, purse, and phone taken from me, forced in the back of a police car, locked in an interrogation room all night. While all this is going on, and to be the last person in the world to know my man didn't make it after having the faith and confidence that he was. She went on to describe him as loyal and patient. He was teachable and a teacher, and said that she was finally letting the past go and letting him show up as his changed self. Rock had previously cheated on Stephanie, which he confirmed in the lyrics of his song, Need Somebody. According to Steph, she had told PnB Rock the day of the shooting that she felt like he was her husband and her soulmate.
She felt like he was her husband and her soulmate, and that was a heartfelt post that she had made, saying, no, I'm not okay. I lost the love of my life. Like I said, her protector, her provider, someone that she cared about. She saw him as her husband, and she said that he saved her life, that he pushed her under the table. When these individuals come in there, or this individual comes in there shooting at him, gunning him down, he pushes her under the table. And then they took her belongings as well. So she said they took her purse, her keys. She couldn't drive away even if she wanted to. The police would put her in the back of a police car, took her down and interrogated her all night. And she's the last to find out that the love of her life died and didn't make it. I'm sure they are treating her like she's some sort of suspect. The police had already came out and said that perhaps it was because of this Instagram post that caused his death. They didn't catch these individuals until 3 weeks later. So perhaps they didn't find out what really happened until they first came out and said, as we saw, that her Instagram post perhaps led to this. It did not.
She then addressed rumors online that seemed to insinuate that she was somehow benefiting from his passing on Instagram Live.
No, he did not have life insurance. No, he did not have a will. No, we didn't have nothing set up. We're so young. We don't plan on death. Like,
Stephanie confirmed that she and his children would not be receiving any benefits or financial support because he did not have a will or life insurance. But while some continued to pile the blame on Stephanie, investigators were closing in on what really happened that fateful day. According to the criminal complaint filed by prosecutors, a man in a red shirt watched PnB Rock and his girlfriend walk into the restaurant. This man, who is not named in the official document, noticed that PnB Rock was wearing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. He lurked outside Roscoe's until Freddie Trone arrived in a black Buick Enclave. According to the charging paperwork, Freddie Lee then parked before walking up to the man in red and speaking with him near the entrance of Roscoe's. Freddie then went back to his car and drove off to pick up his son. Freddie Lee Trone then had his son arm himself with a handgun and put on a mask. The pair then began to drive back over to Roscoe's. According to the criminal complaint filed by prosecutors, Freddie then dropped the armed suspect off near the strip mall where Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles is located. The suspect then approached Roscoe's, passed the man in red, and went inside. As he entered the restaurant, the man in red allegedly left. The suspect then approached PnB Rock, who was still in the middle of lunch with his girlfriend. This isn't detailed in the criminal complaint, but according to Stephanie, Rock threw her under the table as he saw the shooter approaching, possibly saving her life. Prosecutors then alleged that the suspect pointed the gun at Rock, shouting, "Give me all your jewelry now," before shooting him in the chest. As PnB Rock fell out of his seat towards the ground, the suspect allegedly shot him twice more in the back. He then told Stephanie, "Show me your hands," and demanded, "Give me that shit right now. I swear to God, I'll shoot you in the head," before taking her watch and starting to remove the jewelry from PnB Rock's body, allegedly.
Yeah, see everything she done went through. She witnessed this. This individual is cold-blooded, heartless, whomever it is, comes in there and, according to the narration, says, "Give me your jewelry," points the gun at him, and then shoots. And it shoots him in the chest. Damn. Did he give him a chance to give him the jewelry? Because I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe I heard something different before. Like maybe he didn't want to give up the jewelry or something. I don't know, because that doesn't justify it. But because I'm assuming he would have given up the jewelry, That's material stuff, and you can get that stuff back. Your life, you cannot get back. So someone's coming to right to just give it up. But it appears that this individual didn't even give him a chance to give it up. Give me your jury, and then just gunned him down so that he can just take the jury, so he can make sure that he's going to get the jury. He just killed him. Another brother, thirsty, broke ass. Go get your own money, man. Out here taking somebody's life. A father, a man.
The suspect took Rock's chain, watch, and even removed the rings from his fingers as he lay dying on the floor.
Wow.
Freddie Lee Trone then pulled up in the parking lot outside of Roscoe's. His son rushed outside into the car, then fled and allegedly parked the car several blocks from the house and walked home. The shooter disposing of his shoes and some of his bloody clothing along the way. Police arrived and took Stephanie Sibonhuang in for questioning, and PnB Rock was rushed to the hospital. PnB Rock passed as a result of his injuries, while Stephanie was still in custody. She was never able to say goodbye, but it wasn't long before the assailants were caught. The shooter, whose name is being kept private by authorities, and his mother, Chantel Trone, were arrested less than 3 weeks after PnB Rock's assassination on September 27th. The shooter's father, Freddie Lee Trone, fled LA and hid out in Las Vegas, but he was arrested not long after his wife and son were extradited back to California. On October 17, 2022, Freddie was officially arrested on suspicion of homicide in Los Angeles with bail set at $3 million. He has since been charged for the hit, 1 count of conspiracy to commit robbery and 2 counts of second-degree robbery. His son was given the same charges. Authorities say that the shooter was out on parole or probation at the time of the shooting. He was wearing an ankle monitor and was not being properly monitored at the time.
The shooter was out on parole or probation at the time of the shooting and was not and had an ankle monitor. Oh my God! Yeah, what are you doing? You're going to jail. You're going to get caught up like he had an ankle monitor. But whatever, man. Ain't nobody taking up for this. You're going in there and shooting this black man dead, shooting him down in front of his girl, in front of his wife, soon-to-be wife, threatening to shoot her in the head, all for some jury. Did you give him a chance to give you the jury? Robbing a jewelry store and all of that is one thing. Even though I don't subscribe to any of that, I don't recommend any of that. Robbing a bank or whatever, that's one thing. Robbing someone is different because you always run the risk of unaliving a person or hurting that person or that person hurting you. Of course, there are people inside of a jewelry store, inside of a bank, but you're going in there looking for the jewelry and the money. You shouldn't be putting your hands on anyone, harming anyone. That's not your goal. You're not a serial killer. Your goal is money and jewelry, or whatever it is that you're in there doing. Why not just take the jewelry and get out of there? Why kill them? That hungry, that thirsty for some money. We've seen these robberies with this jewelry that needs to be fenced, that they have to hawk off, this stolen jewelry, where individuals have $400,000 and $100,000 worth of jewelry, and they get $15,000 for the jewelry, $20,000 for $400,000 worth of jewelry, because you're selling it on the street to someone. So even if he had $300,000 worth of jewelry, you liable to get $15,000. That's worth his life? That's worth your life? It's the $300,000 worth of your life. Is it worth his life? No.
Freddie's wife, Chantel, was charged with accessory after the fact. She pled not guilty, as if Freddie Lee Trone. Further information about their son, or the mystery fourth suspect with the red shirt, isn't known at this time, as the investigation is still ongoing. On the first anniversary of PnB Rock's passing, his girlfriend posted an update. I have been in the deepest depression for a little minute contemplating today's date, which makes a year since your transition. She commented on how deeply the grief of her partner had affected her, saying, "The same day last year, you could look me in my eyes and tell my soul was not in my body. All I could hear were the gunshots over and over, and they were so loud I couldn't hear myself think. I was so terrified and heartbroken." But Stephanie seemed to have found comfort by leaning into her Christian faith and believes that Rock is watching over her from heaven and saying that she would push through and be joyful and celebrate you like you asked me to do. "For I know this earth is temporary and we will spend eternity together." She says that Rakim Allen is a legend, and not only that, but a hero. PnB Rock leaves behind 2 daughters, Milan Allen and Zuri Lee Saibon Huang. According to family and friends, PnB Rock was a devoted and loving father to both his little girls. Though it's unclear who the biological mother of Milan is, Stephanie treats both girls as her daughters and continues to care for both of them on her own after PnB Rock's passing. Rest in peace.
Wow, man. Yeah, rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. Look at him right there. Keep him right there. Rest in peace to PnB Rock, man. That's tough. People come down on her, as we see, celebrities and all making posts before they knew any damn thing, before they had the information. Luckily, fortunately, Cardi B at least stood up for her and said it's wrong for y'all to come at her when she's going through what she's going through. It's irresponsible to say that she's responsible. And it's true, because come to find out, it was not the Instagram post. Even the police were irresponsible by putting that out there. Come to find out, it was not the Instagram post at all. Someone was already in there, saw him come in with his jewelry, said, "Oh man, woo." Made the call, dude go and pick up his own son, drive him back up there, whatever. Son throwing a ski mask, ankle bracelet and all, running there and just kill the man. And she had to witness this as she's talking about the noise of the gunfire that she's reliving. Can you imagine this happening to your loved one right before your eyes? And then you're thinking you're about to die too. They're telling you they're about to kill you. You don't think they're playing. You just seen them kill your loved one, your mother, your sister, your daughter, your friend, your husband, your auntie, your husband, right in front of you. So when they say, "We can shoot you in the head too," you're not thinking, "No, they won't." You think, yeah, they probably will. They probably are about to. That's traumatizing. Then she had to go to the interrogation, couldn't be in the hospital with him when he passed away. Instead, she's being interrogated. I understand they got to do their job and they're trying to find out what's going on. Just saying it's traumatizing for her. As she said, she was the last to find out that he had even died, because she's sitting there in the interrogation room. She's thinking that he was going to make it. She was hoping that he was going to make it. I don't know, man. That's a horrible situation, man. So those dudes, whomever it was, they ended up getting locked up, or whoever is accused of it ended up getting locked up 3 weeks later. Rest in peace to PnB Rock. Let me know what you think in the comments. Be safe and be careful anywhere that you go, even if you wherever you're at. In Los Angeles, particularly, yes, man. But anywhere in these sort of major cities, gang infested, with a lot of self-hating individuals, as I once was too, who are so quick to harm another black man. Be leery of these sellouts. Be leery of these raccoons who will not run in there if it were freckle-faced Jimmy. Even if he had all of this money, he thought he had all that money, he wouldn't have went in there and just killed him. Nope. We only do this to our own people. It's despicable. But PnB Rock had said before he couldn't be robbed, or he didn't think he'd ever be robbed, but never think like that. Be careful, be safe where you go, and always stay on your guard. This happened in a restaurant, chicken and waffles, broad daylight, lunchtime, whatever, you're sitting there eating some damn chicken and waffles with your girl. Do this all the time. But you got this big chain on you. You got these thirsty ass dudes out here on the street that don't want to work for their money in any kind of way. They want to take the easy way. They'd rather take someone's life for some freaking jewelry. No way. Not that serious, man. Get your own money, man. You bums. Stay safe and stay free, people.